whole. I don't think we played our best game this weekend, and it's just something that we got to keep working at. We're coming in here, we're watching that film, and all we can do is just day by day keep getting back to work. And this group, we're still working on just meshing, coming together, and we're going to just keep doing it until we can produce on the field like we know we can.
How familiar are you with the OU Nebraska rivalry?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't grow up in Nebraska, but I grew up a Big Ten fan, and I've always kind of seen I grew up in Wisconsin, so I knew the Wisconsin-Michigan rivalry. I've always now being around it, I know the Iowa-Nebraska rivalry, and so it's definitely interesting to kind of go back and see this Big 8, Big 12, Oklahoma and Nebraska rivalry, and I'm super excited about this game. I've never been to Norman, but I'm super excited about it, and I know the rest of the guys are too. And we're just trying to get ready as best as we can because this is going to be a great game.
Have you found in the past that the coaches like to, coach you up on the history of a rivalry? Like when you guys played Colorado, did you guys learn a lot about that rivalry also?
Yeah, especially in the scouting report. We'll get down to it. They'll share the details with us a little bit, and we're lucky enough we have some of the old pipeline guys come back once in a while and talk to us. So I'm sure we'll have somebody this weekend talk to us and really share what that rivalry meant to them. And that's always huge, just to kind of see the tradition of this place. Obviously, at Nebraska, I think we have one of the best traditions in all college football. So seeing those guys come back and really share what it means to them, that kind of helps drive us as well. So definitely super excited about this one.
Turner mentioned that the injury that he had in fall camp, he's still kind of frustrated that he feels like he's not as to where he was in spring camp yet. As a lineman, when you have a nagging injury or something, what are some of the challenges that can present to you when you're trying to get back to normal?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just the speed of the game, and I think that's going to show up especially this weekend with Oklahoma. They have a incredibly athletic defense, but as a unit, I think we miss Turner for sure, and it's one of those things where we're all, even me, I have 3 starts under my belt now, and we're still growing together. So we're just going to keep working on it. We had a good day of practice today, just getting back to work, working on our techniques and everything like that. So I'm just going to keep pulling this group along, and I know we're just going to keep moving forward.
Hey, sorry if you've been asked this, but older rivalry aside, like what does a big game like this mean for the program right now?
Yeah, this is one of those games where we can really show up and kind of show everyone the team that we know we can be. And so it's awesome when we come up against a big time opponent like Oklahoma, where it is a true test. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be it's gonna be awesome. The old rivalry game, just being down in Norman. I'm sure the fans are gonna be going crazy and everything like that. So I'm super excited about it. But then again, we just got to keep working our craft especially as an offensive line, and just kind of moving forward there.
Brant Banks kind of spoke about the difficulty of having it, like he's played left tackle, right guard, right guard. You've kind of done that a little bit in your career too. What kind of advice do you have guys for like that sort of have to find their way into a position as you have now at right guard?
Yeah, the biggest thing I think is just stay the course. Add value at any position that you can. Push the guys in front of you. Brant pushed me a lot in fall camp, and he's pushing other guys right now at different spots. And so the biggest thing is just do anything you can possible to make the team better. Whether that's play a different position, whether that's give a good look as as a defensive lineman during drills or something like that. So that's something I always did coming up, and I was always trying to give those guys like Matt Farniak and Bo Wilson good looks, just because I wanted them to be ready to play as well as getting myself ready to play. So that's the biggest thing, is just being ready to play, stay the course, and when you get your opportunity, take advantage of it.
Would you say that's kind of what drove you in those situations? Because you never know when you're going to get that chance, and you never know if you're going to get that chance.
Yeah.
Just making sure that those guys were prepared is what.
Yeah.
Is that maybe what drove you?
For sure, that's the biggest thing. Like I said, is just doing everything you can for the room. Even as offensive linemen, we're out here just doing what we can for the team to win. And so, in something like Brant's position, where I was for 4 years or so, it's just doing anything you can to add value, and then also just also staying on the game plan, staying in the film in case your opportunity does come up, so you're ready to take advantage of it.
Do you make it a point to talk to guys that are in that spot, like just maybe even just I don't know, compliment them more, or just make sure someone's noticing the work that they're doing?
Yeah, specifically like Teddy and Henry, those 2 guys I live with. I'm always talking to them about some of the things I've learned coming up. Just like basically, don't wait around, even if you're not the starter right now. Like in a glimpse you could be, you could be right there playing, you could be starting, whatever. So I'm just trying to get through those guys' heads, like don't think of it like you're a freshman. We're all out here working. We all do the same drills. Like just take advantage of the practice reps so you can be ready to go when your name's called.
This chemistry portion of playing on the offensive line, that a lot of you just mentioned it. A lot of you guys have been talking about how you guys are still building that. Where does that show up on film? Where is that important when you guys are doing your job?
Yeah, the biggest thing is just kind of in the stretch of the game. I mean, either like coming out, we're just hitting on all cylinders, or the stretch of the game when things get tough, when we're backed up, when it's a 3rd and long, and we just got to all be on the same page and really be able to react to whatever the defense brings. So some of those things, our coaches are putting us in good position in practice to kind of mock those situations, so we're getting that experience. But like I said, it's just going to take time, and we're just going to keep building it. And I'm proud of how all these guys responded. Watching the film this week. We're excited to get the team win, but we know that we can do better, so we're just going to keep pushing forward.
Teddy mentioned that Levi lives with you guys too. How's a wide receiver come to live with all the big guys?
Yeah, it was kind of just one of those last-minute things, so we just decided to have him in the house. But it's nice to get his perspective on the offense and how things are meshing, and his perspective on us and vice versa, just to kind of make sure we're all on the same page. So, yeah, it's a good situation living with all those guys.
Does he get the same amount of fridge space as you guys, or how does that play out?
I mean, we eat a lot of our meals here, which is nice, but nah, we share with him. It's all good.
You've been here for his whole career. How has Adrian kind of looked for you this season relative to what you've seen for the first 3?
Yeah, I think Adrian's just been playing unbelievable. I see this desire in him this year that I've seen in past years, but it's just coming out, and it's just all on display. I think he's playing as hard as anyone on this team, and as an offensive line, that inspires us, and we know that we got to pick our game up and elevate our game and work harder in practice and all that, so we can help push him forward, because obviously at times that Saturday Adrian was making plays for us, and we really appreciate that, but we got to get to a point where we're also open up the plays for him as well. But we're proud of Adrian, how he's playing, and really love having him as our quarterback.
Do you feel like this is maybe the best that you've seen from him so far?
I personally think so. He's a competitor, and I think he's playing confident this year, and I'm excited to see what he's going to be doing going forward.
What do you think of Gabe's pass blocking as a lineman? Seems like a reason he's been able to get on the field early.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually pretty locked into my job, so I don't get to watch him a whole lot. But, like I kind of said before, I love the running back room because how they're all able to push each other. So if something comes up and steps up, no pun intended there, but he steps up, then Gabe's got to come back and step up and do what he has to do in the pass game as well. So I just love that competition in that room, and I think it's going to help us going forward.
Marquise said that he thought he missed a few reads or fundamentally did a couple of things that he could have helped out with in the running game. What about you guys on the O-line? What is something that you guys are focusing on that can help facilitate the running game?
Yeah, the biggest thing for us is just kind of everyone doing their job, bodies on bodies, every play. To Marquise's point, it's like, everyone's doing their job and one guy kind of makes a mistake, and that costs our whole offense. So, all 5 guys are doing something and maybe Marquise doesn't hit the right hole, that costs us. If Marquise is going to hit the right hole and one of us slips off a block, it affects everybody. It affects our whole team. So we're really just kind of pound away at, we all got to do our job 100% of the time just to make this thing, just to execute better and make this thing work.